Hi, folks. My name is Mr. Jabbar Thomas, and I am your instructor for DMPT 1000 Intro to Design and Media Production for the Spring 2024 semester. The course recognition number for this class is 40069. The class meets on Wednesdays starting on January the 10th from 9 a.m. until 12 p.m. in room C24. That's in the C building. It is the last building on the hall on the right-hand side if you're walking in from main campus. It is a Mac computer lab, and I will see you there at 9 a.m. on Wednesday, January the 10th. This video is a walkthrough of the course. Many of you are new to GPTC. Some of you may be new to the DMPT department. So I'm going to give you a walkthrough that's pretty comprehensive, that tells you everything you need to know from the very beginning. So as you can see on your screen here, I'm at the school's website, www.gptc.edu, and I have actually gone to the current students section in the blue ribbon at the top and clicked on current students and gone down to student dashboard. And I'm going to see my student dashboard index on the left-hand side. After I do that, I want to enter Blackboard by clicking Blackboard Login on the left-hand side in the student dashboard ribbon. Okay, when I enter Blackboard, you're going to see Blackboard open up. Just in case you don't know, Blackboard is the way that we administer and grade quizzes and assignments and exams for really any course that's taught at the school. Blackboard is also how we communicate with you. We're going to show you all of the different features, or many of the different features of Blackboard over the course of this walkthrough. You have access to Blackboard 24 hours a day, 7 days a week from January the 8th, that's a Monday, until the end of the semester, which is in May. Okay. Just to remind you, this is a 15-week course. So it is the entire duration of the semester. We are in the semester coded number 202414, as you can see here in the course list. That's just basically a number that we assign to the spring 2024 semester, and every semester has its own special number. Now, when I go into Blackboard, as you can see here, I'm already logged in. I'm going to see the 5 courses that I'm teaching for this semester. Yours is going to look different. It probably won't have 5 courses, and it definitely won't have all 5 of these courses, because Blackboard will reflect the schedule that you registered for. You will, however, have a link for DMPT 1000 Intro to Design and Media Production. So you can see I'm taping this on Wednesday, January the 3rd. So it's not available. Your course on Blackboard is not available to you as I'm speaking to you, but as of Monday, January the 8th, it will be available to you. And I'll also show you where you can find this video walkthrough on Blackboard, but you won't be able to access it until after Monday, January the 8th, 2024. So anytime you want to get into the Blackboard site for the course, you always click the link for the course. And the part that you want to focus on right now is the table of contents. That's this black rectangle, vertical rectangle on the left-hand side. And we're going to go through each one of these sections, well, some of the sections, step by step, by clicking on them and explaining what's on the inside. Now, when you first log into Blackboard and go to a particular class, you're going to see a very important part of Blackboard open up called announcements. Now, announcements are incredibly important because of the fact that you will get announcements from me at the beginning of every week, either Sunday morning or Monday morning of the week that we're going to be in over the course of the semester. In those announcements, it's going to tell you everything that we're going to study, everything that we're assigned to read, everything that you are bound to submit, everything that you have to turn in, all of your assignments, all of your, any quizzes or exams, any information that you need for that course will be in the announcements section. Think of it as a bulletin board and also as a checklist. I want to strongly recommend that you begin each week or maybe even in the previous week by looking at the announcement section to get yourself ready for what's going to be due in the coming week. There's no reason for any kind of surprises when everything is listed in the announcement section. If there are any changes to the syllabus or any changes to the course or any changes whatsoever to the course, you will see them posted in the announcement section. Please make sure you check announcements regularly. I'll say that again. Please make sure you check announcements regularly, at least at the beginning of the week. And I suggest that you check it several times during the week as well, because sometimes I will post updates during the week that you need to be aware of. Things like deadlines. If deadline changes, I may make an update I would make an update in the announcement section. So the announcement section has all the latest information on what we're doing in the class. Of course, if we have to take a detour or we have to make changes to the syllabus, rather than go back and retype the syllabus and resubmit it to everyone, what I would typically do is make those changes noted in the announcements. So that's another reason as to why announcements are very important to keep track of. Announcements are not only available in the announcement section of Blackboard, but they are also emailed to you to your gptc.edu account or your student.gptc.edu account. So get in the habit of checking your email frequently, as well as looking at the announcement section frequently. I think we've pretty much covered everything for the announcements, other than the fact that they'll be dated as far as what week they pertain to. So I'm going to go ahead and start at the top of this list with Start Here. Start Here, of course, is the first thing that you want to do when you enter the course on January the 8th or January the 10th. I suggest that you look at it as early as possible. The no-show participation assignment is a very important element that you need to pay attention to. You have to do this for every single one of your courses at GPTC. This is an assignment that proves that you have interacted online with an assignment or a quiz or something that is placed on Blackboard for student interaction within the first week or so of the class. The reason why it is there is because of the fact that if you do not interact with Blackboard by completing the no-show participation assignment, then the registrar will consider you as a no-show, meaning you didn't show up for the class, and they will drop you from the class or withdraw you from the class, and you will if you're getting financial aid support or wherever you're getting your funds to pay your tuition, your money will be sent back to that location, back to that source. You won't get a grade in the class. As far as the school and a teacher are concerned, you are not a student in the class. So please make sure that you complete the no-show participation assignment as soon as possible. It doesn't count for any grades. I'll show you how to do it in one moment. It doesn't count for any points towards your grade in the course. It's just basically a check mark that you participated in the class in the first couple of weeks. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to click on the no-show participation assignment link, and you're going to then click on the course enrollment participation quiz. Prior to doing this, please make sure that you read the syllabus for the course. Okay, and I'll show you where to find that in one moment. So I'm going to click on course enrollment participation quiz, and then you'll see this kind of in the instructions for the quiz. Hit begin, and then it just has two questions. There, of course, there's a right answer to them, but it's pretty self-explanatory. The first one says, I want to be enrolled in the course. I plan to complete this course, and I take academic and financial responsibility for the course. Just click on the radio button, yes, like that. Question 2 is, I have read and understand the syllabus. Yes, you want to make sure you read the syllabus ahead of time, and then click yes. And then after you do that, click Save and Submit. You generally never have to click Save All Answers for any quiz or anything that you're going to be completing on Blackboard, like a quiz or an exam. because when you hit save and submit, it saves it and submits it. But please make sure you click save and submit for whatever you do in Blackboard. Once again, this doesn't count towards your grade in the course, but it's extremely important that you take care of it so that you are not dropped from the course by the registrar. Okay, so I'm going to back out of this. And so that's the no-show participation assignment. Our deadline for this no-show participation assignment, we need to have this done by Monday, January the 15th. Monday, January the 15th. I'm sorry, Monday, January the you want to have it done by Monday, yeah, that's right, Monday, January the 15th. And as you probably know, January the 15th is the Dr. King holiday, so we will not convene class on Monday, January the 15th. But you do need to have your course enrollment participation quiz. That's the full name for it, the no-show participation assignment. Please make sure you have that done by January the 15th, because that's when the registrar is going to start dropping people from the course if it is not complete. Okay, so that's the no-show participation assignment. The next one is instructor contact information. When you click on this, you'll see all the information as far as how to contact me. And it's not set up yet, so I'll go ahead and set it up. And it's good to, I guess I'll explain to you what I'm doing as I do it. That's my name, Jabbar Thomas. This is the Design, Media, Production, Technology department. That's the name of the department that you are in. Some of you may be recording arts, technology students, and that's fine. But this is a DMPT course that all DMPT students and recording arts students have to take. Okay, my email address is thomasj@gptc.edu. You can contact me at that address. Please give me 24 hours turnaround time. If you email me between Monday and Thursday, if you email me on Friday afternoon or Saturday or Sunday, please give me until 12 p.m. on the following Monday to get back to you. Okay, so don't expect a return email necessarily on the weekends. Okay, because I don't work on the weekends. So please make sure that if it's something urgent and you need it before the weekend, please make sure you give yourself enough time so that I'm still returning emails when you email me about a concern. Okay, my phone number to my office is 404-297-9522. That's the very same number for the school, and I'm at extension 1305. My office is in C18 on the Clarkston campus. I'm teaching 5 courses this semester, so please make sure that you email me for an appointment if you want to come see me, because of the fact that you may come to see me and I could be teaching a course or I could be in a department meeting. If I am teaching a class and you do need to see me, please do not interrupt my class. I have students who do that. No, I don't stop my class to meet with the student about a personal issue. Please make sure you make an appointment ahead of time. Okay, and you're going to see my office hours that are going to be posted. Basically, anytime between the hours of 9 and 4:30 p.m. If I am not in a class, I am in my office. Okay, so essentially on Mondays, I will be in my office from 12 p.m. until 1 p.m. There's a break there. You might want to email me for an appointment because I may be in a meeting or at lunch between 12 and 1. And that's it on Mondays, because the rest of that time on Mondays, I'm teaching classes. Okay. On Tuesdays, I'm going to be in my office, same time, 12 to 1, unless I'm at lunch or in a meeting. So you might want to check that out. It's on Wednesdays. I'm sorry. On Wednesdays, I'll be 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. I'll be in my office. Tuesdays, I'll be here from 9 o'clock a.m. until 4:30 p.m. So if you need to see me, Tuesdays are great, and also Thursdays are great as well. 9 o'clock until 4:30. The only thing I ask is that you please shoot me an email setting up an appointment ahead of time, because just because I'm not teaching a class doesn't mean I'm necessarily available. I have a lot of other duties like attending department meetings and maintaining the studio, and it's good to know who's going to be here before I actually before ahead of time, so I have time set out for you. So my best days are Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9 to 4:30, and Mondays and Wednesdays I'm here from 12 to 1 p.m., but I may be tied up with something else. Okay, Fridays I'm here from 9 a.m. until 2:30 p.m. Okay, so if you have any questions about my hours, please let me know, and you'll see these hours appear along with a picture of me on the instructor contact page. By the time you see this, all of that will be there. Okay, the next one, walkthrough video of this course. This is basically where you'll see this video. It'll be a link to a YouTube video. You click on that link right there, and right here you'll see in this section, walkthrough video of this course, you'll see a link that when you click it, it'll take to YouTube, and it'll take you to YouTube, and it'll play the video that you're watching now. That's probably how you found it, is going to the walkthrough video of this course link. Okay, the syllabus, when you click on this, you'll see the syllabus available to you. This is not really the syllabus, not completely, but it is a very good approximation of everything that you have due in the spring 2024 semester. Okay, so as you can see here, the start date is January the 8th. And of course, the course enrollment participation quiz, it says January the 14th is when that's due. However, I can give you until the 15th because that 15th we don't come to class. You don't have to complete the participation quiz in class. You can do it at home on Blackboard. Okay, and if you can, we'll cover this now because, yeah, we'll go ahead and cover this now. We're going to see the actual syllabus in a moment. But this is really the meat of the syllabus that you see here, all the assignments and what you have due. Essentially, in this course, we're learning about the principles and elements of design. Think of it as the ABCs, or the building blocks of all visual art. They're broken into 7 principles like point, line, shape, texture, and 7 principles like contrast, movement, unity, and so we're going to learn every week. We're going to learn a different one. We're going to learn a different principle or element, and then after you learn the principles and the elements for that week through PowerPoint presentations, which we have available in Blackboard, after you learn the principal element, you are going to do an original piece of artwork that demonstrates your mastery of that principle or element of design. And all of your work must be presented in the form of a PowerPoint presentation. That is critically important, and it must be turned in on Blackboard. So you cannot simply email me your work. Okay, you can't email me a JPEG, for example. You have to put it in the format of a PowerPoint presentation. You have to do your original artwork in the format of a PowerPoint presentation. And there's other material that goes along on the slides of that PowerPoint presentation other than just your artwork, but we'll talk about that a little later on. But every week we go through a different module, and each module covers different material in the course, one of the different principles or elements of design. Okay, we have a few quizzes. We have a quiz from Module 1, a quiz from Module 2. We have a quiz on storytelling from Module 10, I believe it is. And we have a final project and a final exam. This is all in addition to the weekly PowerPoints you're going to be turning in with your artwork, discussion of the artwork you created in the principles or elements of design in your artwork, as well as some other material we'll talk about a little later on. All right, the syllabus is your contract. It's your contract with me and my contract with you. If there are any changes, I will let you know ahead of time through the announcements, but please make sure you stay on top of these dates that these elements, these assignments and quizzes are due. I do not allow late work. I do not allow redos. We are doing this in an attempt to train you how things work in the design industry or the art industry. You don't get a second chance to release a movie. You don't get a second chance to submit your design to a client who has a deadline. So we're very, very much deadline driven, and just like in the real world. So no redos, no makeups. Okay? So the actual syllabus itself is right here, and it pretty much says the same thing as what you saw down here. Oops, at the bottom. Actually, this is the syllabus for the course. Sorry, it says the same thing. Down here at the bottom is what we just saw, but on top of that, it tells you how all of the elements are weighted, like the module quizzes and the assignments. You have 12 assignments all together for 12 original artwork pieces and PowerPoints that you're going to do a final project and a final exam. It tells you how much of those, how they weigh towards your final grade. We also have some other administrative information in the syllabus, so you want to make sure you read the syllabus carefully. It's in the section that I just left on Blackboard. And once again, late work is not accepted, and you must submit your work in the proper format. If I ask for a PowerPoint, once again, give me a PowerPoint, not a JPEG or something else. You can give me a PDF if you made a PDF of a PowerPoint. Yes, you can upload that PDF to Blackboard. That's fine. Okay, here's your student learning outcomes. So this basically tells you everything that you're going to learn in the class. Okay, in your student or course competencies. Okay, I'm actually working backwards just in case you didn't catch that. There's a supplemental syllabus in the course, meaning that this is not the only source of information for the course or source of information really for the school. This syllabus covers specifically what happens in our course, but there's also some information that applies to the school overall that you need to be aware of, and that is available on the web at gptc.edu/supplemental-syllabus. Okay, we have to list a required textbook for the course, which is Launching the Imagination by Mary Stewart, 6th edition. But I'm going to be totally honest with you. This course, number one, it's not online. It meets face to face. So don't take this too seriously. This is an old syllabus. But the idea is all the information that you need from that book is contained in the PowerPoint presentations. I'm not saying not to purchase the book, but I am saying that if you don't have the book, you can get the information. If you don't have the book handy at that particular point in time, you can get the same information from the PowerPoints. I'm going to show you where you can get the PowerPoints from. Okay. Also, the updated office hours, you already know those. So all this information will be updated by the time you see it. Okay. So going back to Blackboard, okay, we just looked at the syllabus, the course schedule. This is basically a calendar that tells you when everything is due. It's very useful. It's kind of similar to the syllabus with all the dates and times where everything is due. It's very similar to that. So I definitely want to recommend that you check out the course calendar throughout the semester to make sure you stay on top of all of your deadlines. Okay, your academic calendar is more general. It tells you about your due dates and first days and last days of classes and final exams, when those are going to be posted, and how long the class is going to be convening, and when your final payment deadline is. Things like that are pretty general to the semester, to the course in general. You can see this ends in well, we have fall 2023, which we've already passed. This is spring 2024. So it's a middle column that you want to pay attention to. So we go from January the 8th till April the 29th, 2024. If you are making payments for your classes, January 28th is the final payment deadline, and your grades will be posted on May the 7th, 2024. So that's what is going on with the academic calendar, all right? If you have any questions, on Blackboard, how to use it, if you have any problems with it, if you forget your password or your password is working or any kind of glitch. I am not the person that can help you. Okay, yes, you might want to inform me you're having problems, but I am not the administrator for Blackboard. You need to contact the administrator, the Blackboard administrator, and they'll be able to resolve your problems for you. But I personally have no administrative access to Blackboard. So, um, as you can see here, we have links for password assistance if you forget your password, um, online learning support information if you need more assistance with materials uh, in class, like, for example, online studies and distance education, maybe for another course. You have some questions about that. You can find some information on this. It's really just tossing you back to the school's website. So these are just some really good information resources on education at GPTC in general. Um, if you have a problem with Blackboard, like you have your password, you can get in, but for some reason it's malfunctioning and you can't get something done, please make sure you click on this third link, that's support ticket link. And essentially what this is going to do is it's going to give you a little Maxient form, and you fill out the information here that's going to basically tell the Blackboard administrators, Blackboard technicians, you're having problems, and it'll tell you, you want to tell them what your problem is. And when you submit a ticket, it's like submitting a request for them to help you. Okay. Blackboard technology orientation recording. If you need information on just in general how Blackboard works, how to navigate it in general, this is where you want to go. It's about 55 minutes long. Okay. All right. That's also good. This is also a great link if there's like one part of Blackboard you don't understand. Maybe you can fast forward to the orientation and find the one element that you don't understand. Those of you who have been here in the past, you know Blackboard looks a little different this time than it has in the past as you first get into Blackboard. But once you get into your actual course like we are now, everything will look just like it has in the past. So going back to start here, the table of contents, textbook information, I pretty much gave you that already, but I'll click on that link. The course textbook is the Mary Stewart textbook right here, Launching the Imagination 6th edition. Like I said, we have to have an assigned textbook for every course. However, I will tell you that all the information in the textbook it's in a series of PowerPoint presentations that we give you. All right. Grading policies for the class. This just basically tells you how assignments are graded, when assignments are graded, and the late assignment policy, which is there is no late assignment policy, meaning that we don't take late assignments. It just basically outlines for you basically how we grade assignments in general. We use a rubric for everything, so this is not some subjective method we're using here. They're very specific things we're looking for in your work that you turn in these assignments. We're looking for a clear understanding and demonstration of the principle or element of design that we are studying that particular week. So it's extremely important that you study the principles and elements of design, you understand them before you actually start trying to complete the assignment. Okay. Proctoring, this basically just talks about lockdown browser and respondus monitor. That's how we are going to submit our final exam. You may have noticed in the syllabus it mentions something about lockdown browser being used for the quizzes as well. I don't do that. I only use lockdown browser for the final exam. Okay, but it is something that you need to know for all of your classes, because in every class you're going to have something called a proctored event, which is basically an event that has to be monitored. Now, we don't have a real life monitor necessarily, a person. You can get one of those if you want, but we monitor your completion of the final exam by online with your webcam and with your input on your computers using Lockdown Browser. Lockdown Browser is a web browser, just like Navigate, just like Internet Explorer or Internet Edge. just like Mozilla Firefox or Google Chrome, except Respondus Lockdown Browser, not only does it monitor you through your webcam on your computer, but um, it also um, prevents you from going to other websites to look up answers, for example, on the exam. Okay, so we take exam security very seriously. This is not just a GPTC policy, or not just Mr. Thomas's class policy. You'll see this across all the courses that you will take at the at GPTC. Additional course resources. There's nothing there right now, but if there's anything that I find useful that you may, want to take advantage of in the course that's not necessarily for a grade directly, you'll find it in the additional course resources section and college resources. These are things like library services, a link to registering for semesters, like say the summer semester when you're ready for that, the course catalog, which is like the rule book for the class, and so forth. So this is just general information on the class. So, or general information on the school, I'm sorry. So that's it for the start here section, okay? After that, I'm going to skip cafe chat. We don't use that. Announcements, we've already talked about that. Assignments, okay, let's go to that. This is the section of Blackboard where you'll be spending most of your time. You'll see that what we're going to be doing in the course is broken down into modules. Module 1 is for week 1, which starts January the 8th. Module 2 is for week 2. So every week you'll go to whatever module we're studying and you're going to click on that link. All right. And in this first section, what you're going to see is a learn, reading, video, and objective section. That subfolder, learn, reading, video, and objective section, whatever you have to read or study in order to complete the assignment is contained in the learn section. Okay, so we're going to click on that link and you're going to see it's not here yet, but in the objective section, it's going to just talk about, hey, we're going to be learning about the, it's really an orientation chapter, the first section. You're going to learn about what you need in order to be successful as a GPTC student in the Dmpt department. It's going to tell you that. If you have any videos, if there are any videos that you need to watch for material, you'll see mention of them here in the videos link. When you click on the link to videos, you'll see, in this case, we do have a video called What is Design. When you click on that link, it'll take you to YouTube and it'll talk about what is design. All right. So that's pretty straightforward and simple. One thing I want to make you aware of is if you click on the objectives link, it'll basically tell you about the objectives right here. Okay. I also put objectives, a little summary outside on course objectives as well. But if you click on objectives, you get the objectives for the course, or the objectives for that module, I'm sorry. And then under readings, this is where you're going to find your links to the PowerPoint presentations, okay? So when I click on that first link, it's going to be lecture content by module. You're going to see that. Click on here to view your PowerPoints. This is going to be just the PowerPoint that we're going to, well, I'll click it and show you. It's going to show you all the PowerPoints when I click the second link that you will need for the entire course. This is on a OneDrive site. This is on the cloud drive for the class, all right? And the idea is that if we're in module 1, you would find the module 1 PowerPoint right here. What is design? You would click on that and you would study the PowerPoint. All right. Something that I am going to do is I'm going to make a link so that you don't have to find the correct module necessarily. What you should be able to do is you should be able to, as soon as you go to the reading section, there'll be an additional link that will take you directly to the PowerPoint that we're studying for that module. All right. Or you can click this one here and you can, look at all of them. But I think having a link for the module that we're studying that week is a little more convenient, and it takes a little bit of the error out of the process. Right? So that's all that's in the reading section, the video section, and the objective section. If I go back to assignments in my table of contents, and then go back into Module 1. The next section inside of Module 1 is the Apply Assignment section. This is critically important because in this section, this is where you take your quiz or you learn about what your assignment is that you're going to have to do. And this is also where you turn in the assignment. You turn your assignments in something called a Dropbox. You upload it to a Dropbox from your computer to the Dropbox. You can see in this first week, you have a quiz. It says Test of Respondus. That's not really a quiz that counts for anything. That's just basically if you have Respondus already installed on your computer, which we're going to tell you about that at a later point in time, closer to the end of the semester. You can take a quiz that doesn't count for anything, that just makes sure that you've downloaded and installed and are using Respondus properly. Okay. Something that you need to do as soon as possible is the work ethics discussion portion. This counts for a portion of your grade in the class. When I click on the link here, essentially what's going to happen is that it's not here yet because we haven't started the semester yet, but we want to make sure as instructors and as a school that you are well equipped to succeed at the school as well in the working world. In pursuit of that, there are 10 work ethic traits that you need to know about. Okay, when you click on the link that I just clicked on where we saw nothing up here, essentially you're going to see a summary of these 10 work ethic traits: attendance, character, teamwork, appearance. You're going to see a little more information on that, and it's going to ask you a question like, so, for example, give me an example of a working situation you've been in where the 10 work ethics traits were important, and highlight a specific trait that you demonstrated. A question like that. But you need to do that. I'm not going to say there are no wrong answers, but it's very simple. It's pretty much open essay, right? So you have to complete this. It can count for as much as 10% of your final grade. So please make sure you get that done as soon as it is available, and I will let you know when it is available. Okay. And then finally, for Module 1, you have a quiz. We don't have an assignment that you turn in, no original artwork, but you will take this quiz based on the PowerPoint that you have assigned for Module 1. So please make sure you read the PowerPoint and then take the quiz. You must take all quizzes or exams in one sitting. So you can't start on, say, Wednesday night and then save it and then come back Thursday. You cannot do that. Once you start that quiz, you must continue until that quiz is complete. Okay, so let's go back to assignments. I just want to show you in Module 2 where in the assignment section, the reading, the learn section is pretty much the same. You know, you have objectives, any videos that you have to watch, any readings. I just advise you to start clicking on links from top to bottom and read or complete the information, okay, in each one. Okay, readings, and then once again, it takes you back to the PowerPoint folder. And then under assignments, this is the real difference here, is on this one, you actually have a Module 2 assignment, okay, where you have to, you're going to complete a quiz, and you're going to do a principles and elements of design chart, an example of a principles and elements of design chart that you're going to have to do, okay? That's going to be part of a PowerPoint presentation. That's the first thing you do, your principles and elements of design, where you're basically not defining to me what the principles and elements of design are, but based on your understanding of the principles and elements of design, you're going to explain how you used each principle and element of design in your work. And yes, you will use all of them in all of your work. There may be one or two times where it's a black and white piece of art, so you know, color is not an element that you used. So, but that's extremely rare. So get out of the habit of defining the principles and elements of design. Get out of the habit of leaving any of the principles and elements of design in this chart blank, and get out of the habit of simply saying, oh, contrast, well, it's in there. I have it in there. No, I need you to explain to me how you use contrast in your artwork. Okay, once again, we have a quiz for Module 2, and this is the assignment part, where based on the Creative Impulse PowerPoint presentation, you're going to select one of the art styles, that we talk about, like Baroque or maybe Cubism. And you are going to, first of all, complete a principles and elements chart that shows how you're going to use those 7 principles and 7 elements in the artwork that you're going to create. And then after that, you're going to create your principle. You're going to create your artwork, all right? And usually the artwork will have some sort of theme that you're supposed to follow. Like in this case, it's knowledge, all right? The assignment is you have to create a piece of artwork that maybe could be hung in a public library. The source of your inspiration is knowledge. You have to pick one of the styles, one of the art styles, artistic movements from that PowerPoint presentation to do your work in, okay? And then you do your artwork and you put it in the form of a PowerPoint presentation. We couldn't show a PowerPoint here in Blackboard, but then aside from giving us a slide with your artwork, you're going to explain how you used the principles and elements of design in your artwork. What inspired you to do this particular artwork? Thematically, what does it mean? What was your purpose for making this, as far as what point or idea are you trying to get across to the viewers? So that's what's going to be on the slides in your PowerPoint presentation, other than just the artwork. Okay. And of course, you would upload it. Once you have your PowerPoint presentation done, you would upload it right here, Module 2 assignment. In this particular case, you click on that, and then you would click on Upload Files, right? You click on Upload Files, click Browse Local File, find the PowerPoint that is your work, and click Connect or OK. Here's what's going to be attached to your name on this assignment, and you would click Submit. And that's how you turn it in. All right. If you have any questions about how you submit or anything, let me know. Now, like I said before, this is like a blank principles and elements of design chart. You're going to fill this out with how you use each one of these in your artwork. And I want you to start off by filling out the chart before you do your artwork. The reason for that is so that we get a sense that you are planning out what you're doing before you do it. Okay, as opposed to I'll just create something and figure out how I use point after the fact. We want you to understand what these are and tell us how you're going to use them in your artwork before you do your artwork. So that's why that procedure is in place. Okay. If you have any questions on the assignments, how you turn them in, how you complete a principles and elements of design chart, let me know. P&E is what we call principles and elements of design charts. An abbreviation. So if you hear a P&E chart, that's what we're talking about. I scrutinize your P&E charts very carefully, because one of the things that's important to me as an instructor is that you know what the principles and elements of design are. Okay, you know their definitions and you know what they mean. Number 2, you can recognize when these principles and elements of design, like point, line, shape, contrast, hierarchy, unity, when they're being used in work of other artists. And finally, the 3rd step, it's extremely important to me that you understand these principles and elements of design and can use them in a meaningful way, in a communicative way in your artwork. That's the whole point of this course, is for you to understand the 7 principles and the 7 elements of design, and for you to be able to use them in original artwork in a way that is meaningful, because art is communication. Just like literature, a book, or speech, when I'm talking to you, art is communication. All right, so we don't just do things arbitrarily. In art, we are trying to communicate a point, an idea. Okay, so as you can see, it's pretty much the same deal for all of the modules. You can see the 14th module is final project submission, and the 15th module is the final exam. You will need the Respondus Lockdown browser for that. We'll talk about that long before we get there. Okay, so we don't make use of video classroom. The calendar is, we kind of went over this earlier. Email is what you would click if you wanted to email me. This is how this looks if for an instructor. So yours is going to look a little different. My grades, that's where you click to see, you know, all the grades that you've gotten on everything, okay, for the course. If you say we have a quiz and it shows you a grade here of, I don't know, 90% or whatever for this, say, module 1 quiz. You want to see what you got right and what you got wrong. Click on the grade, and it'll bring the quiz up that you took, and it'll show you what you got right and what you got wrong. Okay, and that's pretty much it for this walkthrough. That's because everything else we have here is pretty much exclusive to the teacher's point of view. But that's pretty much all we have for the walkthrough. I want to once again emphasize, please make sure you complete this no-show participation assignment like immediately so you don't get dropped from the class. Please make sure that you download and read the syllabus immediately so you know everything that's going to be coming. Please make sure that you check your announcements in the announcement section frequently so you know what's coming. Please make sure that you check your email, your school email regularly. Just to let you know, we cannot send emails to your Yahoo or Google. We can't do that. You must send emails. We must communicate through your GPTC account. That's because the school needs to monitor us. They need to be able to see the communication that's going back and forth between student and instructor. So if you have any questions of any kind about the course, you can reach me. You look at my contact information. You can get my phone number at the office here or email me. Other than that, I look forward to seeing you all in class on January the 10th, Wednesday, January the 10th at 9 a.m. Have a great day.